Well, there you have it. What a map. What a series. Today, we're going to be looking at the last half of the last map. There was only 6 rounds. Loud went 6-0 against Optic on Haven on their attacking side. I thought their ideas were fantastic, and I just want to highlight how patiently and how disciplined they play, how they work the map and sort of left Optic in shambles. There's a couple of mistakes in there from Optic that we'll look at as well, but from Loud, a very clinical finish to their grand final performance. Let's dive into it. Okay, let's start off with round 13, the pistol round. As you can see, Loud is moving towards the A side of the map. They've put their trip down and they're going to create a nice big tempo push play. I really like this on pistol rounds, just grouping up in 5 and sending it. We've got 4 frenzies on the side of Loud and full util for Sassy, which I think is the perfect setup for pistol round. As you can see, they get onto site with Optic being unable to contest any of it. And then this all sort of breaks down for Optic. They try to go for a fast retake. So they try to go for a fast retake, but Loud has played this incredibly well. They've actually left this part of site open, which means that the Omen Paranoia that just comes through here hits nothing, and the Molly that comes down here hits nothing. And so when FNS decides to swing out here, no one's actually blind. FNS also swings out ahead of Victor being able to flash and everything. They all just kind of swing out a little bit one by one here. Not great execution from Optic. A nice idea to try and go for this fast retake. But I think without having someone on site with all of this util coming in, I think it would have been better to just wait and try and execute a full 5v5 retake and potentially, have Ye come in and flank. But that doesn't happen. And let's just watch this round play out, because FNS gets one in, they get traded. Victor comes in and gets traded as well. And as they all just run in, and Ye gets left in a 1v4. And they all just die because Loud just had full control of site and none of their util was really effective. It's really hard to retake a site when your util's not there to help facilitate it. You really need to create space, and the util that they did have just wasn't out. You see Crash is just jumping out there. Yay, just swinging and dying. Frenzy Gaming, it's a thing. Buy frenzies. If you got a fade buys full util. Everyone else buys frenzies. And that's how it works. Okay, coming into round 14, the second round of the half, we can see Loud has decided to go for this more meta, this new meta buy of buying at least one rifle. The only thing that I would like to see about this is switching Sadak or Pancada's Bulldog to get the full rifle away from this light armor. I see this a lot, and I understand people are just buying their own guns and buying what they can buy, but it doesn't take much thinking to go, oh, well, make sure the full armor, let's make sure our best gun is protected in the best possible way and get full armor onto it. So it's a small thing, but just would have liked to have seen that this round. Optic have a really nice idea where they've stacked A. They're on the full eco. They've got 5 classics. Only 1 piece of armor as well. So Ye's playing C, and we're going to get this just sort of cross from Pancada and Ye over here. But we got 3 players from Optic ready to push out of A main. And it ends up working out really, really nicely from them. So they peek for the info. Loud don't give anything to them. Prowler and Stun comes out. The Aftershock clears behind bricks. And we get this really nice flash from Victor. Right there. And they just spam the classics and they all get away. FNS almost outstays his welcome trying to get that molly down. I think what he was trying to do is molly this off so they can take ground and then come pick up the gun that's right here. So nice start from Optic. Unfortunately for them, Sadak has a really heads up play after Sassy runs away here. Let's just watch the map for a second because nothing else is doing. And Sadak, you can see he runs to the edge. He's actually just thrown off that gun that was dropped. And so that doesn't allow Optic to pick up the Spectre that Aspas was holding. Now Pancada and Ye, they've switched positions. Ye's lurked down into here, and now Pancada's starting to wrap behind him. Ye's in a really nice spot here. I really like this from Ye. Just being able to push in. We're in this sort of stalemate. Loud is just being really patient, letting Pancata just work his magic. Ye picks up STACK there. And they can see that they're trying to rotate to C, but Pancata is already all the way through into B. He picks up Ye, who's not looking, and then he runs into 3 of them. But Sassy is on a counter lurk on the other side. All of a sudden, we're in a 2v2, but Loud are completely split here. So as you see, Loud's working the map so well. They've got people, you know, Pancata's lurked all the way through here and then back to here. Sassy's come up through here. Really nice lurk there from Sassy. But now Loud are split. Les is just trying to bait out, try and find out where they are. He does get the swing into C and he teleports away, and he's going to try and rotate all the way over to A or maybe to B to catch up with Sassy. And Sassy gets a little bit over aggressive. He walks into both of them trying to get a nice timing and gives them a gun. Les decides to double back towards B. And now Optic have a decision to make. Molly comes out to force him away from that default position. Les puts himself into the back of sight.
He slipped away from the spike though. He's not in line of sight.
He's absolutely not. So, going to be pressured. Do they consider it? Do they think about it?
And then Victor just peeks out and doesn't get back behind cover. And Marv gets off. And I think if he stuck, he probably would have been fine. Tight call, hard to know. But yeah, really well played from Les there in the end. Okay, coming into round 15 here, Loud gonna play for some mid control here on their bonus round. Only 1 full gun in their hands. They're going to use the Prowler and the Smoke to get Aspas into Garage. As you can see, we've got a lot of util here for Optic, who are just playing really passive here on their full buy round on their anti-eco. And so we get the Smoke here to deny any rush from Loud, but they're just going to leave Aspas here, and Pancata's lurking over towards C as well, while the other 3 here start working their way towards A. So Optic get a little bit nervous. They start pulling rotations towards C, and then Crashes just hears this Prowler. So he decides to double back towards A Heaven. And he's going to hit this really nice lineup, which I think a few people hadn't seen before. And Finesse is just jump spotting. We've got this really nice trap set up from Ye. This is a little bit of a risky position because Aspas, I think, would see his feet first. I'm not sure exactly. Maybe not. Maybe Optic have tested it. But then look at the patience here from Loud. Aspas has been sitting here for pretty much the whole map, and they haven't thought to clear him out. Optic have been too scared to check this. They don't know how many players might be in there. They've got 2 on B, 2 on C, 1 on A. Crashes is going to throw this haunt out and catch Sadak trying to lurk through. And then all of the rotations are gone. There's 40 seconds left in the round. Aspas accidentally triggers that alarm bot, and Optic have to come flooding back, but they've done this and then they've had to come back as Crashes clears them out with the Prowler as well. But it's just enough timing. Loud just create just enough of a timing to get into sight. So Spike goes down. Let's analyze this retake. We have the blind from Marv come through before anyone is really ready to capitalize off of this. We have this smoke coming in from Pancata, and Aspas actually nades into here. What happens is Finesse swings through this because he's ahead of the team, and the 2 players here, Victor and Marv, they actually have to fall back away from the nade. So Les comes and groups up with Aspas and trades out Finesse. So now we have the 2 players that were on A that are actually rotating through. So Sassy's going to push up long, and then Sadak's actually going to play to catch any of the rotates through here. And he's also going to be playing like late insurance kind of policy, in that if everyone dies on site, he can hopefully lurk through garage and he's got an angle onto the spike, and maybe he can play time to deny the defuse. Right? So look at this nade here that has denied the entrance into site. This great nade from Aspas, who's now dead. But now it's only Pancada and Les that are on site. And look at how well they play this. Les gets himself into the smoke to play this great off angle because the nades just cleared it. So he knows that no one can be in there. Victor comes in and does this really average wall. I really think this is like, it kind of comes to here. Like it needs to like come out this way and allow them to like clear through here and then clear through here. But at the same time, you've got Yay pushing through here with Marved as well. So instead, what you want to do is actually you want to wall off backside and then crunch this together. And then you can push into backside together as well. But no, Victor just sort of puts himself into no man's land with this wall. And then so Sassy spots Yay, which prompts Les to swing out. He comes out of the smoke for that. They spam Victor. Les has the presence of mind to shoot Marv there, knowing that Marv is going to come out of garage as well. That's just insane from Les. Like that timing is crazy. And then Crashies just has to run away and he gets spammed through the smoke as well. So Les gets the ace, which is just absolutely crazy. But as you can see, Optic just filtered in one by one. Finesse came through, died. Victor poked his gun out, died. Yay ran out, died. Marv ran out, died. Crashies couldn't even run out, ran away, died. So Optic, this is it's what we call it, the Optic peaks. Now, these weren't like egregious examples because they're all just trying to flood onto site. But in these high pressure situations, their team synergy seems to break down a little bit and their coordination just becomes a bit 1-1-1-1-1 rather than all five at once. Okay, so coming into round 16, Optics just had to take a timeout off of the last round, less getting that ace and their synergies just falling apart. And so now they're on a full eco. They've got two stingers. We've seen Victor go off with the stinger. I think he got a 4K earlier in the match with the stinger. But I just want to highlight the patience that Loud has in this attacking round. They know that they have such a big advantage and they're just going to play really, really safe. So Marv gets himself into a little ratty positioning coming in C long, which is nice. Then we have this smoke and the Prowler. They do everything just really, really safely. They get out into C long. They send a boom bot as well, just to be sure. Just to make sure there's no one coming up after the Prowler. And Victor's got a little trap here off of the alarm bot where he's going to try and flash out of garage. Optic, they're just having none of it. The Prowler comes through and they destroy that. So that gives them a little bit of info. Optic really is trying to trap up C here. Loud, they're just waiting to see if Optic's going to make a mistake. They don't. They're playing into their strategy. You know, they're set up for a C hit. Loud, they just wait and wait and wait. And here's where the round actually starts. So 1 minute into the round, Loud group up toward A and do an A hit. It all just comes out 30 seconds into the round. 30 seconds left in the round, rather. And then they've got A site. And so Optic, they gambled on C site. They didn't get it right. But Loud was always going to do this hit. No matter which, whether it was A or C, they were always going to do this late round hit. But if they do it at the start of the round, they don't give themselves the opportunity for Optic to make a mistake. And Optic, to their credit, they don't make a mistake. They just hard gambled on C. And I credit them for sticking to their guns. Victor comes out. They get a frag, and then 4 people are going to die to the spike. Nothing overly impressive there from Loud or Optic, but if you're going for that execute, you're living and dying by that execute anyway. Giving yourself the opportunity to just capitalize on an Optic peak, because they have been doing it so often where one player will just slow swing a corner and die. They gave themselves Optic, were disciplined, and then Loud executed anyway. I think it's something that teams definitely should do more often. The added bonus is that if you're the defending side and there's a hole in your defense, all of a sudden you're scrambling, you're trying to like make up things, like cover different positions. You know, Optic have 2 sentinels on their team on Haven, so they're pretty much able to cover every entrance. No one can sneak through, but by just holding your ground as an attacker, you can create those shifts in the defense which open up gaps and allow you to sneak through and things like that. And then the defense is thinking, oh, well, they might have snuck through here, and everything starts falling apart as everyone starts scrambling. Moving into round 17, the second last round of the map, and a slightly different default here from Loud. They're looking towards this garage aggression as well, and we just have this sort of setup where they got Aspas into garage last time, but then Victor comes out trying to get aggressive on Les, forces Les to TP away, gets a fair bit of space here, but that's a great stun from Sadak to deny that. But now Optic have a really great position because they have this really nice setup on C, which has made sure that no one has crossed garage because we have this turret here, which Finesse is able to play off. He's also got the molly. We have the trip here, which is protecting B, and Optic have taken all this ground on A. So Optic actually owns so much of the map here. And so it's hard to get through these 2 players here. They're both playing really tough to clear positions. So it's going to take a lot of work for Loud to go that way. So they have to sort of go toward B or C. And if they go towards B, this is a really quick flank from these 2 players. So they're kind of forced to go C here. Really nice setup. Les, again, is just patient. He holds this angle. He even holds this, like, it steps away from it because he's expecting the aggression. And you can see right as Victor comes to flash this in a moment. There we go. There's the smoke that comes behind Victor. So Victor's going, oh, well, they're going to start pushing. Actually a really nice little bait play. The Prowler comes out as well. And so he goes, oh, all right, they're in lobby. I'm going to flash. And look at Les. Les is playing anti-flash with the op. And there's nothing that Victor can do here. Like they can't push. And so Loud go, okay, we know they're there. Let's go away. FNS has this really nice setup, plays off of his turret, pops the molly to make sure no one can swing him from long. Unfortunately loses the fight to Sadak. Yay gets 1, doesn't TP out. I'm not sure if his TP was available. I think he was playing on B. And then Marved gets 1 and gets traded. Sassy in a 1v2. Now, what's wrong with this picture, guys? What's wrong with this picture? Optic, these guys were together. They could have ran through here together. They could have ran through here together. But no, they split up. And then Crashy is actually just... They know exactly where he is. Victor just saw him. Victor peeked out and saw him. And Crashy sits and holds this angle. Nowhere near where Victor can trade him. Sassy isolates, gets the fight, and then wins both duels. Perfect clutch percentage play from Sassy, where he knew where one was. He looked for the other. He found the other, so he took that fight, and then he had all the information and all the time. He could have actually walked all the way back to CT and tried to play time and waste Victor's time if he wanted to. But he felt confident to take the duel, and that's up to him. So well done to Sassy. We move into the final round of the map and look at the different emotions here. Loud, feeling it, and Victor, he looks nervous. And so Loud actually switch up the tempo. We get an optic peek from Ye. He peeks here. They hear the prowler and everything coming down. And I don't know if it's like the pressure of the situation. Ye felt like he needed to make something happen. But he heard the prowler coming down. Also, the tempo shift from Loud might have just caught him off guard. But Victor's right here. Why didn't Victor flash before Ye peeked? Like, it's just these little things. Anyways, it wouldn't have even mattered apparently, because Crashies baits his crosshair. Victor flashes and Pancada tries to turn the flash unsuccessfully and just turns back on his head. This is one of the most insane shots I've ever seen. His crosshair wasn't even like, it's not like he even flicked back to like where he was. His crosshair was here and he went to here. Completely flashed. It's just insane. It's just insane. Crashies tries to clear him out, I guess, but Crashies only got a Spectre, so he has to play an off angle. Gets seen by the boombot, throws the K to get out. There's a great nade and spam from Aspas. The ult comes in. FNS is alone, and that is map series championship to Loud. Congrats to them. This round, I think, shows how well this half of Haven shows how well that they can play. I thought the first half of Haven was incredibly well fought from both teams. I really like the ideas that Optic have with the Phoenix. I thought Loud really did their homework and found the holes in Optic's game on Haven. And congrats to them on becoming the world champions. You can see how much it means to them. What a great series. What a great team. I look forward to seeing them in franchising next year. Sorry, Optic. I hope all of the Optic players do get picked up. They're obviously very talented, and I hope that they make it to a team. It's going to be a shame if they have to be split up. That is looking likely to be the case. So, poor Finesse. Nice try, guys. And yeah, that's it for me. That's it for Optic. Thanks so much for watching this little series. I look forward to doing more analysis content in the future, as well as just some general Valorant content that I'm going to be bringing to the channel. So stay tuned. Take care. Have a good one.